Century 21, right? Arizona Foothills. Good morning, everybody. Jordan Nielsen here with Lister Pros TV, and we are on another segment of Real Estate Pros. And today we have a special guest, Scott Sepulveda with Century 21. Arizona Foothills. So today we're going to be talking about managing your sphere of influence and focusing on relationships with Scott. But first we're going to give him a couple minutes to introduce himself. And so tell us a little bit, why you got in the business, how long you've been in the business.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, Jordan.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it, and I really do.
Thanks for coming on.
Really do like your company. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I got into real estate about 16 years ago. I came from the grocery business, and I was there for 23 years, running a store, managing a store, and I thought I was going to retire.
Store director, right?
Store director,
Yeah,
yes.
I was in the grocery business as well.
Yeah, I was a store director, and I was loving life, and I thought I was just going to retire someday as a store manager. I grew up in the business. I started when I was 16, and all of a sudden the company decided to file bankruptcy, and we all closed our stores. And
Was it a common store? Was it out here in Arizona?
Yeah, it was Abco Foods.
Oh, okay.
Abco Foods, and those that have been around for a really long time, it started out as Alpha Beta.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I started at the Alpha Beta on the corner of Rural and Baseline in 1970.
Man, so you've been in this area.
Very long time.
Wow.
So I worked my way up, and I was running a store there in North Tempe. And like I said, the company got in trouble in 2001, and we divested, and my wife and I were both out of a job at the same time. She was with them. She had 21 years in. I had 23 years in. So she went to go work at Wells Fargo to get our insurance benefits back up and running. 'Cause we had kids home at the time.
So you guys were both at Abco?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
were both there.
Oh, wow.
In fact, that's where we met as teenagers.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right. Goes
So
way back.
Yeah. So she started working at Wells Fargo, and we had insurance benefits again. And fortunately, I had a severance package. So I thought, you know what? With a severance package, I don't need to rush back to the grocery business.
Sure,
and
yeah.
beg Albertsons and Bashes and Fries for a job. I thought maybe I can go into something different. So my mom was a realtor in the 70s and 80s. My mother-in-law was a realtor in the 70s and 80s. My grandfather was a realtor in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, you know what? Let me give it a try. So one of my employees at the store was a part-time meat cutter and a part-time realtor. So he asked me what I was going to do when I was all done and the store closed, and I said, you know what, I don't know. And he goes, have you ever thought about real estate? And I said, it's crossed my mind. He goes, that's what I do part-time. So I took him to lunch, and I just pounded him with questions, How much can I expect to make? What kind of hours does it call for? What are my startup costs? What's the average commission? And so I crunched all the numbers, and I thought, you know what, I think I can make this work. So I went to school, got my license, hung it with Century 21, and just hit the ground running.
So you've been with Century 21 since day one.
Since day one.
Wow.
Yep. And
You sound very loyal because you were with Abco since.
Yes.
Was that your second company that you ever worked
this
for?
actually is my second company I've ever worked for, and I'm 55 years old.
That's
So-
loyalty you don't see too often in
Yes.
2017.
Exactly. So I had to hit the ground running. I had no choice but to replace the income I just lost. It wasn't a hobby. It wasn't an option. It wasn't part-time. Wasn't here to have fun. I mean, I had to immediately get some stuff going to replace that income I lost as a store director. And I got off to a pretty good start. My first full calendar year, I had 20 closings. My second calendar year, I had 25 closings. But what happened that second year it was interesting. I had 25 closings, and I was working a lot of hours, 40, 50 hours a week. And the year ended, I thought, wow, 25 closings, that's pretty good, But I looked at my 1099, and it wasn't that big. And I thought, what the heck happened? How could I work so hard, have so many closings, but not make so much money? So I started crunching all my numbers, and I thought, oh, my goodness. 72% of my business was company-generated leads. I was taking reload leads, third-party relocation, broker-to-broker reload leads, floor time, internet calls from the company. And I thought, you know what? I got to really wean myself off this company-generated business because every one of those closings had a cost to it. Whether you had to pay a referral fee to the company or a referral fee many times to a brokerage that gave the lead to our company, maybe a Houston buyer, a Seattle buyer, So here we are paying all these referral fees and even a reduced commission split. I thought, Scott, you got to find a better way. And I thought, man, you've been in the Valley for, since 79 as a teenager. What about all those people in the grocery business? So I started looking up all their numbers and addresses.
You didn't have Facebook back then, so how did you do this? No.
I had the internet was just starting. So
Yeah.
this is 2001, 2002, 2003. So I came up with about 80 or 90 names and addresses, and plus my past client database was really starting to pick up. So I added past clients into that database, and then the more I closed, the more that past client database would grow. And I thought, Scott, these people already know you and love you and trust you. Why not just reach out to them and get business from them? That way you're not paying for your leads. You're not doing the Google pay-per-click, or you're not paying Trulia or Zillow for a zip code,
Right.
So I started marketing to them, and I gotta admit, I'm not big on social media, Jordan.
I try to tag you in this live feed. You're not even on there.
I'm not even on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn.
I tagged your daughter though.
Oh, good. She'll show it to me.
Yeah. She'll show you.
I'm on LinkedIn, and that is about it. I don't even know how to use that.
Yeah.
So I'm anti-social media. So I do mail out my calendars, my magnet calendars every single year. I mail out newsletters. And again, I like the hard copy, Jordan, because when you print it on a glossy page and trifold it and mail it to their house, they're always going to open it. I look at it this way. If I constantly bombard them with email campaigns that come twice a week, 3 times a week, then when I have a transaction with them and I communicate with them through email, it's going to go right past them.
Right.
Delete,
You know, it's already getting filtered out.
Exactly.
I don't want to see
and
this.
so during a transaction, I'm huge on email. I like to just email them complete updates, what's going on, what to expect. And I don't want them to ever think that an email they get from me is just going to be spam or campaign, information. So I'm big on hard mailing. I'll also do postcards. I'll do phone calls. I'll do text messages. I'll do straight out personal emails, to this person and asking how their family's doing. Sometimes I'll even visit them at their house. But the point is, never let them ever forget that you're in real estate. You do this full time, and you're there for them, their family, their friends, their neighbors. Give them my name. And the more you do that, pretty soon my phone just started ringing. I'd get these calls. Hey, Scott, you don't know me, but I know Chuck and Nancy. They said that you helped them buy a house last year. Me and my wife are thinking about selling and buying. Can you help us too? Well, yeah, you bet I can. So I get a lot of those types of calls. And I also do a little bit of marketing in the area that I live in. I live in Dobson Ranch, so I farm Dobson Ranch. That's not my main bread and butter. I would say every given year, probably about 75 to 80% of my closings is from my sphere or past clients.
Oh, wow.
75
That's
to 80%.
a high ratio.
Yeah, and then throw in a couple there from my farming at Dobson Ranch, maybe a couple of sign calls that I've closed, and there's my own business right there. And 20, 25 deals a year. I'm not a top producer who's making $1 million a year. I'm not one of those guys that has a team of 5 to 10 people.
Sure.
I'm just here to make a living, enjoy life, get my 20, 25 deals a year, help people buy and sell homes and accomplish their dreams, and give them a smooth and seamless transaction, but yet do it with a level of customer service where when it's all done, they're never going to forget you. Yes, I'm going to use him again. Yes, I'm going to tell my family and friends about him. And really, that's the way to build a business. And I tell all these new realtors that are coming in, if you're just relying on company-generated leads or just internet alone, you're going to have a problem. You've got to reach out to the people that know you and love you and trust you.
Yeah, and you're kind of an example that you can still build your business. It seems like everybody is so focused on social media these days, and a lot of people would neglect the building relationship aspect of the business.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of showing that you can be successful, have a successful business, and not be relying on Facebook or these social media networks. These are kind of tried and true methods how you're reaching out to people, via magnets, newsletters, postcards, personal emails. And I think it's all about the relationship with you, because now, from when you started, what did you say? You were relying 72% on company leads. So now, what does it look like in 2017?
Yeah.
What percent is company leads now?
It's knocking on the door of 80%. 85 is just. I don't take any company-generated leads. Like I said, I'll close a little bit from my farm. Maybe I'll close a sign call that I get from one of my listings. But mostly it's past clients and sphere that I've been marketing to, probably 80% per year, every year.
Awesome.
Yep.
So there's a little note here that 74% of clients give a referral if you stay in touch with them. Now, you've been in the business for a little while. How much does that statistic hold water?
It does hold water, but even more so if you ask for the referral. So you can do it one of two ways. You can just offer outstanding customer service where they're so impressed they're automatically going to refer you to somebody. But if you tactfully and professionally and politely ask for the referral, especially during the transaction, because you're in the car with them, you're at the house with them, you're at a signing with them, you're at
Yeah, they're all
home
excited
inspection with
about
them.
it.
And just say, nice and smooth, hey, just to let you guys know, I build my business on referrals. I'm always looking to meet new people and help out your friends and family. Be sure to give them my card and let them know that I'll be there to help them too. So the more you ask directly, the more that 72% is going to go up.
Sure. So it's not like we just had all these transactions and they're just going to automatically refer you. You have to proactively also ask for the business.
Exactly.
As well, so that they know that you're there for as a resource for their friends and family in the real estate game. So, man, this has definitely been informational about growing your business with your past clients and managing your sphere of influence outside of a Facebook world. I think it's there's almost so much activity on Facebook and stuff like that. People can get sucked in and kind of addicted to it and just get so watered down too, because there's so much going on there that people, obviously people can appreciate these kind of more relationship building methods of reaching out to them and staying in contact with people versus just posting on Facebook that I did another closing today.
Yeah, well said, Jordan. Well said.
Awesome. So if somebody's watching this, want to get a hold of you, pick your brain about how you go about your business or looking to buy or sell a home, how do they get a hold of you, Scott?
Well, they can shoot me a quick email at ssep@cox.net. Very simple to remember, ssep@cox.net. Or just give me a call on my cell phone, 480-688-0847. And my website is scottsepulveda.com. There's another way too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on Real Estate Pros Today, Scott, on Lister Pros TV. And we will see you guys on the next episode.